Hi guys, and welcome to Midnight Magic's Full Moon's Rise. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about Oath of the Gatewatch and a little bit about the new dual decks, Blessed versus Cursed, ready for Shadows over Innistrad. So let's just get straight into it with a little bit about what is going to be featured in the Shadows over Innistrad dual deck.
Yeah, so we don't know much about it so far, but obviously the whole thing about Innistrad is it's very biblical, good versus evil, like zombies versus angels and shit like that. Okay, so the one card that's been confirmed in it so far is Geist of St. Traft, which people will remember from Innistrad block. It was a powerhouse in its time, still played in almost every format. So yeah, we'll be seeing it in the dual deck. Doesn't necessarily mean it'll be a standard, but there's a possibility it will be.
Yeah, I think they'll either reprint it, because I don't see why they shouldn't, because it wasn't completely broken. It was a very interesting card to have for standard, but it wasn't something that Wizards were thinking of banning. Otherwise, they'll do that thing which I think they're probably going to do with Liliana as well, which is just save it for Modern Masters 3, basically, and print it in there, because they're definitely going for Innistrad with Modern Masters 3.
Yes.
So, look out for it. Get your hands on one. It should be quite interesting. The dual decks are normally quite good fun.
They're about £15.
Around
I don't know what that is in dollars, probably like $20.
Between £15 and £20 normally, depending on where you buy it. And they're good fun. They're good fun to get hold of. There's normally some pieces for different bits in there. And they're just nice to have when someone who doesn't play Magic very often rocks up to your house and is just like, should we play some Magic?
They're fantastic for beginners, for sure.
Awesome.
So, let's move on to some Oath of the Gatewatch news. We have a new mechanic, Surge.
Surge looks really awesome.
So you'll remember in last time's Full Moon's Rise, we talked about how the pre-release is going to be adapted towards two-headed giant. So Surge sort of indicates more that the whole set will be for sealed and draft and stuff. So Surge is basically a mechanic where something has a casting cost. We have a card here, Crush of Tentacles, which costs 4 and 2 blue mana, but its Surge cost is cheaper. And the way you trigger Surge is if you or your teammate has already cast a spell this turn. You can see on this one, if you cast it for its Surge cost, you also get a sweet 8/8 blue octopus, because I don't know what other colour octopus you get. Okay, moving on. You want to talk a little bit about leaks and expeditions?
Yes. Okay, so a few weeks ago we had the big leaks. I don't know whether you saw it was going around on all the social media. If you keep up to date with any form of news for Magic, you obviously saw the big leaks. Some people managed to get pictures of expedition lands and planeswalkers before it was sort of officially spoiled by Wizards, which in my opinion is not very fun, because we all look forward to spoiler season, and when someone spoils a load of cards in one go, it kind of because Wizards don't really have proper trailers for their cards, they can't build up suspense. Spoiler season is like the time to build up suspense for a set, to get you excited for a set. And when someone blows out all of the good stuff in one go, it's just kind of anticlimactic. And you're like, oh, this is quite cool. And then it just fades off and you're like, I'm not really interested in this set anymore. I just want to get the cards.
Because the lands and the walkers would be the big things that Wizards presumably were going to reveal at the end of the spoiler season.
Exactly. There's no mystery to the set now.
No.
And that's what's awesome when it comes to spoiler season. And I think Wizards take a lot of their stuff seriously, and there has been some punishments. And in my eyes, I think, Wizards have got to do what they've got to do, and there's been some 3-month banning going on because of it. So because of that, we have been able to see the expedition lands. They include Mana Confluence, Ancient Tomb, Eye of Ugin, lots of different filter lands, with obviously the new diamond symbol one for the colourless mana, Strip Mine as well, and also Wasteland. So
big money
cards. Wizards do like reprinting money.
Yes.
In card form.
Set non-foil Wasteland is about £50, $70.
Yeah.
So an expedition version, I can imagine, will be almost through the roof.
Also, you're going to get the people that really like the collectibles coming on it and grabbing them up. So if you get one, my advice would be, unless you actually want to keep it for a collectibles item, definitely get it out there and get it sold as quickly as you can, and just buy some awesome stuff for Modern, Legacy, or Standard, or whatever you want to do.
Those Legacy expeditions. And of course we had Nissa and Chandra spoiled as well.
We also had Nissa and Chandra. Yeah, Nissa looks good, and Chandra actually looks good. Probably the best version of Chandra.
I think she's the best Chandra so far.
So that we've actually seen. So I think she might even find some sort of standard in a red-green mid-range, which has been seen quite a lot on and off over the last year.
Okay, so I think that's all we got for news today.
We do. So we're moving on to James's picture game. Magic picture game time.
Yay, picture game time. So, once again, we're on the standard step. Battle for Zendikar. Here is your picture of the day.
Well, that's definitely an Eldrazi.
Yes.
Yes.
So, is it a creature?
Yes.
Okay. I think it's a green one.
No.
Is
Blue.
it blue?
Yes.
Okay.
Is it Eldrazi's Sky Spawner?
No.
Damn.
Well, that's me out.
Yeah.
I really
Okay, it's blue.
well, it's technically colourless.
It's colourless.
But it has blue in its casting cost.
Yes, blue in its casting cost.
When it comes into play, it puts a 1/1 colourless Eldrazi.
Most of them do. So it's a common.
So it's a common. It's not a Sky Spawner then, because Sky Spawner does that.
Well,
Um,
as is the pattern with these games thus far. I don't know the card.
Power 2/3.
No,
it's a 2/3.
still doesn't help. The thing is with this set is there's been so many common and uncommon Eldrazi's that come in and put 1 or 2 Scions onto the field. No, the only blue one I know is Sky Spawner.
Yeah, it's the one I normally go for if I'm going.
Sorry.
No,
So,
I have no idea.
last clue. 3 colours, 1 blue.
No, it's not gonna help.
It's not helping.
Not helping.
Not helping.
No.
Not helping.
Do you wanna show us what it's called,
Yeah.
or tell us what it's called?
Well, yes, it is called
Incubator
An
drone.
That's it,
incubator
that's it.
drone.
Incubator Drone.
Ah,
Incubator drone.
that's a nice
I
one.
couldn't read
Because
it
the
first.
black one drains when it comes in, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Dominator drone. I know that one.
Strain.
But I didn't know about incubator drone.
I've used it before, but I honestly don't know the name. The only one I really know that's probably the more relevant one at the moment is the Eldrazi Sky Spawner.
The more you know.
The more you know.
And knowing.
It's half the battle.
Well, guys, did you get the picture? We obviously failed miserably.
Yeah, we
but
failed.
did you get the picture this week? If you do, pop it down in the comments. Drop it. Let us drop it in the comments. See if we can get a discussion going about what you think about the spoilers that were spoiled a bit too early. Do you think it was an awesome thing or a bad thing? Do you agree with what I said and what Frankie said, or do you have your own opinion? Please drop it down in the comments and let us know, and we'll reply and talk about them next week.
Until then,
Keep releasing your untapped potential.